Okay, this edition number 34 of the Morsk Feed. In this edition, we're going to have an exclusive conversation with a man that Ben Carson stabbed. Yes, we alone here at the Morsk Studios have been able to locate this man and have an exclusive interview live via Smotnik satellite. And of course we'll have the standard array of celebrity and political gossip, accompanied by a usual smattering of inane commentary. By the way, I think Stolichnaya and Percocet go together beautifully. Don't you? I do. And now for some shameless self-promotion. This is my website, morskfeed.com, where you will find a new short story every month. And you may buy things like buttons, shirts eventually will be bitten and button and whatever. Yeah, you may buy bumper stickers, and of course, one of the greatest novels of all time, He, His Sexual Odyssey. Yes, my friend. It is not erotical, it is just sexy as hell. Well, now to this week's stories, and this edition number 34 of the Morsk Feed. Marko Rubio, in the Republican debate, said, quote, "Welders make more than philosophers. We should have more welders and fewer philosophers." In any prepared statement, the Society to Advance Philosophers, or STAP, said, quote, "Doesn't Rubio realize that his statement is in itself a philosophy?" "Weld that to your butt and sit on it," they said. Rubio's spokesperson had no comment. I suppose not. Ben Carson retracted former claims that he'd been offered a scholarship to the West Point. He also said that evolution theory is the work of Satan, and that the archaeologists were wrong, and that the pyramids were made to store grain and were not tombs. When asked to account for these odd statements, he said, quote, "Satan rose up and literally put words in my mouth," unquote. Later his team retracted that and said it might really have been Beelzebub or perhaps Donald Trump. Well, anything is possible, Ben. Anything is possible. Donald Trump tweeted, quote, "John Oliver had his people call to ask me to be on his very boring and low-rated show. I said no thanks. Waste of time and energy." Oliver said he never invited Trump to be on, and, quote, "I couldn't care less of a shit," unquote. When asked to explain, he said, "It's something like being scared shitless, but it's really cared shitless." I suppose there's a subtle difference there. A Defense Department blimp worth over $1 billion broke loose and was pulling down power lines with its tether. It even appeared to be having an effect on the Republican debate, but then they realized that that was just Christy. Well, my friends, that ends the stories for this edition. By the way, Order, you mellifluous plumber of half-baked sensuousness. I love you. As insolence. Well, my friends, and now for the interview that many of you might have been waiting for. I will attempt to get the man who was stabbed by Ben Carson on the line by satellite. Yes, by satellite. Let's see. Hello, hello. Is that you? Is that you? Come in.
Yeah, it's me. What about?
You are the person that Ben Carson stabbed many years ago.
That's me, sure.
Well, can you tell us what happened during that stabbing event?
What do you mean, what happened? The douchebag got pissed off and tried to stab me.
Well, I guess what exactly pissed him off?
Who knows? The guy's a doofus. Maybe I looked at him wrong or something. Happens every day.
Well, are you sure that he really tried to stab you?
Of course I'm sure. You don't forget that crap. You know what I mean?
Well, yes, I suppose. So then the knife hit your belt buckle?
Yeah, something like that. I got a big Harley Davidson belt buckle, you know?
I see. So the knife broke on the buckle then?
Yeah. I mean, what do you expect from a plastic knife?
You mean it was a plastic knife?
Yeah, we were in the cafeteria at school. He was cutting into a meatball.
I see. So I guess it would have broken even if it hit almost anything.
That's what I said already. You listening or what?
Well, is that it? Is that the whole story then?
Yeah, aside from the fact the guy's a putz. I don't get how he's running for president, but you know, this is the greatest country on earth, right?
Yes, I suppose it is, except for France.
France? What are those dipshits now, you know?
Well, we know a lot of things, as it were.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Hello, are you still there? Are you still there? Well, I guess we lost him. There it is, France. An exclusive interview with the man Ben Carson stabbed. And now, for the hearing impaired, since I'm fluent in the sign language, I'll attempt to translate what he said. Okay. Now we have time just for a few tweets from around the Twitterverse. Some of the tweets have altered their names slightly so as to remain anonymous. The first one is from a Ken Barson, who writes a quote, My eyes are almost closed, so I don't know why you guys from the liberal press keep bringing this dumb stuff up. I guess I'll just have to ignore it, like I do everything else. Hashtag dozing on my feet. Well, Sen, I suppose you can ignore it, since evolution is the work of the devil. You can ignore the pyramids and the fact that you took thousands of dollars from a defrocked dentist as well. The next one is from Tivonka Yomp, who writes a quote, why gives that Ben Carson so much publicity when my father is the most amazing and successful man on the face of the earth? Hashtag huge. Well, Tivonka, I suppose you might be right, you spoiled rich bitch. The last one is from a Beb Jush, who writes a quote, I am so down in the polls, I doubt I can ever recoup without actually stabbing someone or hitting my mom over the head with a hammer. Hashtag God, please boost my ratings. Well, Beb, I don't think you should do those things. Not that I care much about your mother, but I'm sure it wouldn't help your pathetic poll numbers anyway. Well, friends, this brings us to the end of issue number 34 of the Morsk Feed. It is in silence. Well, my friends, I bid you adieu. Until next time, demented as some of you are, thugs as most of you may be, I bid you adieu. I love you. Till next time, I'll see you. You may shut it off. I said shut it off, you idiot. Must I do everything myself?